Hi, I thought I'd just show you what I'm up to in the studio. So as I did a previous video where I put these colours on with a roller onto this like old canvas, and I'm about to put the second layer on, or well, it's more than two, but anyway, by the time I'm finished it'll be heaps. So I just thought I would invite you in while I'm doing it, and I'll show you what I'm up to. I've got some paints. Because these are warm colours on here, I'm going to do cool colours next so that it looks a bit, gives a good contrast. So I've got white, this sort of yellowy green, 2 or 3 different kinds of blue, and that sort of teal colour. And I'm just going to use various tools and invite you along to see what I do. Anyway, enjoy and see what happens. If you're wondering what I'm using, these are either bottle tops, or this one's a cookie cutter. And as you can see, I'm not taking a lot of time to think about it. So why I'm doing this is to try and get lots of different shapes and lots of different textures. And this is one layer of goodness knows how many by the end. But I'm just trying to get some variation in what I'm doing. So using lots of different shapes, lots of different tools. So next I'm going to use something different again. Stencils, good fun. Don't know what it's going to look like, might not even make it to the finished mandala, but I'm going to give it a go. So there's lots of different things you can use with a stencil. So I'm using a brush today. This is an old makeup brush, but it's quite flat, so that's quite good. But sometimes I use sponges, and sometimes I use paintbrushes. It just depends what kind of effect I'm trying to get. Anyway, let's give it a go. One of the things about creating mandalas is repetition, so doing the same thing in all the way around. So that's what I'm trying to do with what I'm doing now. If you notice, I put it all the way around, not necessarily, I'm not measuring it, I'm not placing it, but I do it all the way around so that it gives me the same sort of thing when I come to create the mandala shape over the top. Anyway, carrying on. So something else I like to paint with, and it's really, really random, string. So what I really like about this is I never know what it's going to do. Now if you're wondering what I do with it, I'm just about to show you. I might just shorten that because it's going to go all over the wall. So I've just dipped it in some paint. And now this is the random bit. Standing back. Should I do it here? Something really satisfying about doing that. See what I mean? I couldn't actually paint that. Well, I could, but it would take me a long time. Different colour. me so enjoyable. Really simple things. I think I'm going to do a bit more of this. You've got to get used to getting paint on your hands. I think with painting, the happier I feel, the more mucky I am. Which I've obviously been like that since I was a child, so my mother could probably testify to that. Okay, it's on the wall and on the floor. So, I think that's probably it for this layer. I'm going to let it dry. So you saw me using, I think the first thing was a bottle top to make the circular things. I used a heart-shaped cookie cutter to make some of the others. I've used the string, I've used stencils, could use anything that you can make a mark with paint, just to make things more interesting. Now, I'm not sure how I'm going to turn this camera off without getting paint all over my phone, but I'll be back with the next layer at some point. Anyway, bye.